Hey. Hello. How's it going? Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. Let's continue this game. So the last time, it was crazy. Like, it went from 0 to 100 very, very, very fast. Excuse me, jeez, Louise, coffee guy. Go to the inlet of the bay. There could be a boat built in. Yeah. Determine which shot it came from. Huh. Okay, so I have a few things. Excuse me. Alright. Another thing, just making sure my volume's good. It's good. Okay. Huh. Okay. I don't think there's anything really here. What is it? Not the roof. This will take some checking of patience. Okay. Goodness. Something about the permanence of going to the island that I'm worried about.
The skiff floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
Oh.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
I'm not ready. Okay. You know what? Before I go, maybe I should buy some medicine crap from the store. I have a lot of money. Let's see what the old lady has to say today.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Okay, she has nothing new yet. I don't want to talk to her about Evrat. Nothing. Drunks. Okay. I'm a man on a mission now. Even though I'm carrying 2 guns. Not dangerous, I guess. Goodness. Goodness me. Oh, it's a good morning so far. 9:25 a.m. here at the race. Looking a little cloudy or smoky out there. It's like I'm the early morning radio. Oh, a little hazy out there today. It's gonna be a warm one out there, and yeah. Right? See, this guy's another guy that You know what? It's time. We're talking.
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool! That's cool!
Where you from, Silig?
It's a boring story, officer.
Oh yeah, I've done this
Who
all.
cares about the past? Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire.
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
Okay.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sigai.
Well, if it's for his grandma, you should buy a lot of things.
No. I'm on a mission. I gotta get to the grocery store, or the corner store, buy some medicine. Because I don't want to die again. Oh, the racist guy's gone. So is everyone here. Oh, this guy isn't, though. Let's talk to him. He probably saw some stuff.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Danger comes with the Bodero lifestyle, right? Yeah, I got shot, no big deal. It hurts, manana. Pain, that's what strike brought upon us. Yeah, I got shot, no big deal. Yeah, that's the coolest one.
Yet you live. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace. You have a true boyadero heart.
Right. So where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
You can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
What's gonna happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Evrart you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
Oh, what will you be doing
I'll
now?
be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
Sure you'll do good.
You know it, friend.
Smooth mustache with his hands. Okay, thank you. So I can't get to Everett? Oh, it is locked, okay. What about through Measurehead? Oh, a box, finally. Oh, yes, money. Blessings of Jared. Blessings of Jared, wow. Wonder what kind of crazy crap's gonna happen on that island. Gotta have some sort of medicine, though. That's how I died to the laser ray last time. Oh, wait. Maybe I can get into this racist's cab now.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear.
Oh, yeah, okay. That old woman still looking at a picture? Nope. Everyone's gone. Except the shopkeep, I imagine. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Oh yeah, I don't need any of this. I need medicine.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Okay. Okay, I have tons of life now. How many bottles to hand in?
The tear machines, your bottles clunk.
Ooh. Excellent. Excelling. Oof, excuse me. Aw, this guy lost his pal. Let's keep talking.
Oh, sorry, officer. What do you want?
Host almighty. He's a total bummer now.
Alright, I already talked to you, so I don't need anything from you. Man, I'm sure glad that Kim's here. I would have been bummed if he got killed. Kim's my #1 guy. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta move me closer. There we go. Now I'm in a good spot. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so there's the boat. Yeah. No more dilly-dallying around. Okay. 5. It's like a quick save.
The skiff floats once you get in. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Frick, it keeps getting me. It keeps getting me every time. Okay, I gotta go double check some stuff. Yeah. It always, you know what it is? It's when it says close accounts. I'm like, what accounts? I'm like, I'm gonna go do a double check and see with the church folks. See what they're all about. Give me heavy beats.
What is it?
None of those help. Okay.
Good morning! Yeah! Harder car!
Interfacing. Okay. I think I have things for interfacing, right? Interfacing. I gotta interface with things. Wait. Alright. That's good. I can't believe I put this on. What luck. So, it's really funny, because I usually don't wear this, the Fairwear, the Curus. So, I only put it on because I wanted the pain threshold so I could talk longer to Ruby, but then I just left it on. And then when I got shot, it was fortunate I had it on because I didn't die. Isn't that crazy? What a coincidence. But I did lose Ruby because I was wearing this hat. That reduced my rhetoric. So that was unfortunate. Ooh, composure. Here we go. I'm gonna organize this a bit so we can friggin'... There, okay. Drama, logic, composure, drama, half-light, pain threshold. Okay, so I am wearing all my interface gear. I'll do that after.
Good morning! Yeah! Harder car!
Whoa, what was that crazy sound we heard before?
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it.
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
What if the answer to Van Eyck's jam? You use the sound for the bass.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Ooh, there we go. Spiky hair boy. I need some compressing.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance!
Oh yeah,
That's a meteor name for the founding party. Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Let's talk about something else, okay.
Goodbye,
Kim, what do you think I should do? You're my #1 guy.
Yes?
Okay. I think I should try this at least.
Good morning! Yeah!
White check, but I have no more points in interfacing. Oh no. Goodbye. Alright, we're going to the island. I don't give a damn. If any accounts are open and the game's broken and I can't play it because I've soft locked. But I might as well do a little scoot around here, ski around, see what I can see. This bunker. I know it's a red check, but I'm gonna double check it anyways.
An old door, worn by elements.
My guy's so crappy at interfacing, it's crazy. Okay. I remember that the Insulindian Phasmid was over here. Can I climb this? See, this to me looks like a big tower of sorts because of these, right? Does it seem like an antenna? Lots of stuff that I haven't gotten. Huh. Oh well. I must still continue forth. Look at this. Seagull. Alright. Now, rock the boat. Rock the boat. So the pigs was dealt with Titus in them before he died, so...
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. 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 Still calling. Still calling.
Stop calling me, man.
Oh!
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Oh, interesting. I wonder who this is. Who's this? Slight change of plans. I want to deliver the whirling and rags Martinez. Who is this?
You got the wrong number. Don't call here again.
Disconnect tone.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I make a mistake? Oh, let's try another number. I should have brought him to Martinez.
I'm tired.
Man, that's what are you tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you, the call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Hell yeah!
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number, then move one up, and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Wait, what did I just do?
You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination on another Isola. Some far-off nation-state.
Keep going.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air.
Keep it up.
1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling.
There's more?
Yes. 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones. Calling. Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Both pitiful and terrifying. You feel your pulse rising with each ring.
Just on the phone.
Calling still. Ringing by the bedside of a dark but capacious apartment with long windows. You know this to be true. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy.
Hang it up. It's impossible.
You can't. Some strange force is keeping the headset glued to your hand. Your ear listening to the ring in the speaker. Calling. 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 Calling still.
Jesus.
Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges.
Whoa.
Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
You sound sleepy. I want to die, imagine. Hello?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this?
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you. To make it possible to live. And fight.
I'm a revolutionary servant of the humanitarians. I will free mankind and abolish the classes. I'll raise the dead. Proceed.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me heal up my morale real quick. Harry, how do you know my name's Harry?
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you're saying or why you're calling me. You seem drunk.
I'm not drunk or high, I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
There's a silence. It's as heavy as tin, the white noise howl. Hey!
Do you know what
Ooh,
time it
you
is?
there?
It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Where are you going in 2 hours?
To work.
Where?
The academy, where I work.
Okay, the academy sounds better than my job. I'm happy. My job's sad, terrible. It's a dead bodies in it. Academy, my job's real. I'm gonna go with this one.
No response. Only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper. What are you doing to yourself right now?
Catastrophic damage, clearly.
You need to stop, Harry. You'll die.
Oh, frick. Will I? I have tons of help. I'm good. So, where are you? You sound like you're in another world.
I'm in my rover, sleeping.
Okay, so, I want to talk to you about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Do you want a party? I'm the law. I'm a detective. I'm gonna get this case to the hanged man. Ah, my heart hurts. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Oh no. Please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
I'm the law. I'm a detective. Meh, see?
She does not answer anymore.
I'm gonna solve it.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
God damn it. Look at how upset I am. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call again.
You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted. Calling, calling. Put it down. Before it's too late, please.
I did lose a lot of health from that. Alright, I'll hang up.
The headset lands in the cradle with a clank. Now walk away. Forget about this. Walk away and do police work. Bury this in yourself and move on.
Fine. I might come back and make some more calls in the future. I should have talked to that other guy. God damn it. I should have told him to go to the whirling. Been cool, but alas. Checking around to see the things. Oh. Okay. Have been here, but nothing to do. Running around, running around. What about Ruby's dead body? Did they just leave it there? Should I think I should go get it before we go, right? Oh, those kids, the guy, father and his son's gone. Interesting. Because I don't think anyone has dealt with this dead body that's over here, right? Oh yeah, I need a flashlight on. Do. Oh, so all these footprints were Ruby's footprints, I guess. After I pushed over a death ray and then she killed herself. Okay. She's still there.
I see
do
the
something
processing
about this.
guys have been faster
Oh,
than usual.
Ivysaur!
It's good we
Hey!
stop by to check regardless. Now, island time.
Island time. Gotta go. Oh no. What that's what happened, eh? Yeah. She totally got, murdered herself. But, what I'm actually doing right now is I'm just looking around because I'm gonna go to the island where they said the killer was. Who are you? I'm the killer. It's like, oh, I have a suspicion the killer's the killer. You know, the guy with all the, ceramic gear. So I think we're gonna go to the island, but I was getting all, what's the word I'm looking for? Second guessing myself because it was just like, you sure you have all your accounts in order? And I'm like, maybe. So, but yeah, like right before you came on, what else was I doing? I did the phone calls. I guess I talked to someone. And yeah. So I guess this is it. This is the wrap up now. This is, I can go to the island. Unless I find something cool. Oh, it looks like we're good. I remember I visualized this. It was like, ah, all those people got shot, eh? This guy. You want to talk to me?
Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCA. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
Okay. How's your day been, Mr. Ivysaur? Middle evolution. Absolutely no way going through this door. Okay. Just woke up. Good morning. Oh, yeah, good morning. Yeah, I woke up too. It's only 9:52 here, a.m. So it's still early yet. But, I like doing this in the morning when I first wake up. I feel the most energetic. And then it's just a slow decay of energy through the day. Just... But... I don't even know how much more of this game's left. Like, I wasn't expecting... Oh. Okay. I wasn't expecting, like, there to be that, like, gun showdown the last time I was playing. Mountain Hunt. I didn't know that. I'm in Canada, though. Actually, okay, so the population of Canada is very much distributed into, like, 3 cities, weirdly. So, like, BC, which is, like, super far on the west coast, where I'm originally from. Like, so, like, almost all the population in BC is in, like, Vancouver. Like 90% is, like, in the lower thing. So, like, 90% of the province, the rest of it, is, like, just empty. It's crazy. So, like, when you do populations of Canada, there's, like, spikes. So you just have, like, spikes in certain time zones. And I think, like, the middle zone, like, because, like, it's, like, the Pacific... Wait. Look at my camera. Okay, so this is the west side, let's say. So it's, like, BC, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, whatever. It goes that way, like, more east. So, like, I guess there's, like, some kind of on the west coast a bit, like, for the population. So a lot's, like, in the Pacific. Then a little bit less in Alberta, I think. Then, like, the next 2 are nothing. Then there's huge amounts, kind of in the eastern side. More on the eastern standard side, I want to say. Like, more Ontario, because that's where, like, the huge amount of the population lives. Like, because, like, I believe Toronto, like, Ottawa, like, all of the main big cities, and, like, even Quebec, I think they're even on the same time zone. So, like, I think most of Canada actually is, like, right there. Like, the Eastern Standard Time, or, like, one before it. Maybe not Mountain Time. I don't know. That's interesting that 6% of the States is in Mountain Time. I think, what's straight below us in the States? Like, Appalachia? No, that's not true. Appalachia's on the East Coast. My geography's all messed up. I'm not the best at it. This is all speculation. I could be wrong. Except both the populations. Really? 12%? That makes sense. It's interesting, because it's like all bands, right? Like bands, the time zones. And our provinces are kind of like bands. So, like, it's, I'm not sure. How big is Mountain Time? Mountain Time, eh? Well, of course they're, like, vertical, but how wide is it? How wide is it? Isn't the size of provinces? Like, it's not. Interesting. Anywho. Wait, I was going to the boat. Just started talking about time zones and I'm just running around. Alright, I'm going to the boat. That's it. Island time. Oh, it's day 7? I thought it was only day 4. Oh yeah, that's right, I got shot, so I lost some days. Mountain Time looks just like Alberta, Northwest Territories, and some of none of it. Really? That's kind of surprising, because that's quite far. That's like a really broad band. So, my terrible imaginary map of Canada here. Right, in my hands. So I guess this side is the west coast, and then like Alberta, and like, let's see. Northwest Territories is right above Alberta, but none of it is kind of like this. So it kind of is like that. And I guess like over here is like not Hartley Bay, Hudson Bay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. My imaginary map of Canada in my mind. Alright, are you excited about this though? The game? We're gonna go to the island.
The skiff floats on the...
I'm ready.
Have you made... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim, and I'll hold the boombox. I think this is funny.
What?
What's what? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island? You heard me. Don't make me repeat myself. I'm just gonna say nothing.
Fine, why not?
Very cool. Now tune it to Sad FM. You know you want to. Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
Oh yes, get to it right away. Get in and ride to the island. Yeehaw! So wait, are you also in mountain time then, Mr. Ivy? Sorry, you're in the same time as me? If you woke up, you could be on the west coast, maybe. You might be earlier or later. Or later. Or the same. Yeah, okay, so you're on the west coast. So, yeah, that means that you're 1 hour behind me. Sad music. God, could it be sadder? The car goes by all dramatically. Wow, this is a long ride, jeez. I don't know if I could hold a boombox that long. Oh, look at that church. Wow, this is still going, eh? There's Kim awkwardly sitting there driving the boat. Here we go, we're getting there.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence.
That was a nice boat ride. A little long, but fun.
Let's go.
So, Mr. Ivysaur, any plans for the day now that it's 9 a.m. for you on a Friday? Oh my god. You guys know Piano Man? You know, 9 o'clock on a, well, Saturday, but Friday. Regular crowd shuffles in. Doo-doo-doo. Across the chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Point. This leads to the depot in the Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it's used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Huh. Interesting, that. Let's check over here. Whoa, what's this? An ampersand? No, it's a it's a little boat hook. Okay. Oh, I see some spilly green splotchy. Attention, inflammable. Inflammable means it gets into flames or not. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel, black and viscous. Working from home with you on my other monitor. Oh, that's fun. That's exciting. Kind of stuff. I remember before I was working from home and doing like a lot of data. I was basically just data scraping. Get some information from the site, put it in a thing, and then just have a list and sell those. It's okay. How do I get up? Oh, those are steps, not a wall. It's funny. Like, my computer, like my computer's old. It's like a gaming laptop I got for university. And so it's like my second monitor. So whenever you see me looking over here, that's where my Streamlabs is, whatever. So I can see the display and like my chat. And then like here's where I look. So that's why I'm always like, I love having two screens. Like rocking the dual screen life. Dual screen. No way to get up here. The stairs are gone. Oh, hey, there was blue. Go back.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
ICM. Huh, the Irish Combat Militia. Kim, what is the ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's
oh, militia
the
was
official
right.
name of the Communards Army, the black and white army of the Revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM. Sounds like RCM, Revachol Citizen Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May, but it's June.
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Huh. A white star, pointed star on the label?
No. An upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky. The symbol of the commune.
Are those spec stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Interesting. So, there's a lot of like old world munitions around. Ooh. What is this? That one's yellow. This is once an armament rest. Careful, these stairs are collapsed. Okay. Generator.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right.
Man, that was the mercenary tribunal. You missed it. That was crazy when that happened, because like it kind of came out of nowhere. For the last little while, I was diddle dallying around. But yeah, if you are interested, YouTube, just poke through. You can see how I got shot and saved Kim. Wow. But yeah, the last time it was crazy. It felt like it just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my god. And I was actually mentioning earlier that it was really lucky I was wearing that the armor that I put on for Ruby beforehand, because I thought the damage threshold would help with the laser gun, and it just so happened it helped me with the next thing. So it was an odd coincidence. And yeah, saving Kim was like my #1 thing, because I was just like, oh no, not Kim. He's my #1 guy. My #1.
The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Yeah. So actually, when how I do it usually, because I usually forget, and I worry about forgetting. So like pretty much as soon as I finish my stream, like I wait like a minute or so because my intro I usually just play some music for fun. You know, just something to listen to while I drink my coffee. So usually that gets cut out. So what I do is I just wait like 5 minutes. The algorithm will be like, these sections need to be muted, and I'm like, whatever, because they get cut out either way. And then, yeah, I just upload them right away. So they, like, pretty much right after the stream, they get uploaded. So yeah, it's cool. I'm trying my best, becoming a content creator. Right? I'm becoming one of those guys. You know? Yeah. But yeah, I do. I upload them pretty much immediately. Unless there's some sort of problem. And then I can, like, look through them, see if there's any funny highlights that I can pick up. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. But I digress. Back to the game. Alright. Let's see here. It's cold now. Okay, but maintaining the wiring has been repaired. Looking at this looks like a generator to me. But anyways, pour fuel into the tank.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
Yeah, the right to work. My hand-eye coordination. Look at my motoronics. Look at this. Besides my very low intellect, my motoronics are like the second weakest thing I have. Like, I maxed out my hand-eye coordination and everything, and my guy was just like... But Kim, he was good. He got the shot. He was like... Tack! Holding the canister up fuel. Dark brown viscous pours in the room filled with the chemical smell.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Where do the wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere.
Tap on the side.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Oh, interesting. Man, generators are cool. Bed. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Ooh, hot plate. Wait, did it zoom in on something? Dish is stained with sauces and such. Yeah, it zoomed in on this bed. Maybe...
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
Honestly, this bunker is pretty nice, pretty roomy. If you think about it, it has nice air. How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
Yeah, that is funny that you mention it. There's a greasy old spring mattress. Fresh linens. Oh no, this makes sense. The mattress is greasy. The linens are fresh. Wait, no. The white linen and the pillow are visibly under a worn-out caracal blanket. Okay, the blanket's worn out. The bed is worn out. But the linens are fresh. This is, okay. Before the rest of the sentence... Okay.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No rest now.
Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero.
I have to be a hero. You see a candle planted on a broken rangefinder.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Let me just rifle through this.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures.
Man, Kim is the best guy. I'm so glad that I made Kim my pal.
Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh, my guy's so goddamn stupid. Okay, let's do this.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes. Fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag.
Whoa.
More than that, you can't say.
Okay.
Soft covers.
Okay, I've already seen this. Let's look at this blankie. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. I'm sure there's better things than that. What's this? Ho ho! Empathy and composure. Army surplus winter scarf. Don't mind if I do. Whoa! Flan arrow shirt. Hand-eye coordination up. Maybe I will get my hand-eye coordination up. That's a little late, but could. Drugs. Love that. Money and drugs. Blessing of Jared. Thank you. Okay. You're right. Maybe I should rest. Kim will defend me.
The greasy old spring mattress lies.
The offer still stands.
The bed is quite inviting, all things considered. It's much warmer inside than out there.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Just a little bit.
There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until... You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
So I slept a little longer than an hour, it seems. Why did I go to sleep? Frick. Where's Kim? What the hell? You lied to me, Kim. You said you would watch me. The lieutenant's no longer here. Go outside to the beach. I feel betrayed. Door's still here closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. How do I get out? Where's the door? What the hell? Am I just... Is this broken? What happened? I can't interact with anything. Okay, here we go. Oh, is this a dream? Seems like a dream. Okay. You figured that out faster than I did. Go down to the chain. There's something there. You want to know why I think this is a dream? Because there's no HUD here. There's no picture of me. There's no health or anything. And the last time this happened is when there's a thing. I hope it's not like a dream that Kim's like dead or something on the chain. God damn this game. Hey, wait, where's the chain? Why would I think it? Because that's like half this game. It's just like people dreaming of people being dead or something. I don't know. I'm primed for it now. Like, oh no, where'd Kim go? And then they're dead. It's like, ah. Because it just happened the last time. Everyone died. And now I think my guy's worried that Kim's gonna also die. So he's gonna have a dream of something crazy. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh no, this is where I came from. This is a confusing dream. Maybe it's something happening. maybe. Oh, here we go. Okay. Walk into the water now. Okay. You see her footprints in the water. Ooh, whose footprints? Oh yeah, this is 100% a dream. Further. Oh, okay, I'm watching the smoke. Unless I'm Jesus. Oh.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the Holy Queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back.
Dolores Day, yeah. Dolores Day it, right? Hey. Something's off. Where are you going? What's in the bag? Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one massive epic showdown. I'm gonna go hit him with the hay. This seems like what I would do in real life. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, that's all I get? But that's what I gave them, so I mean, why? How you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I'm dying. In a ruined flak tower. Blood is dripping down my chest. Whoa, frick, I'm actually dying? I'm not doing very well.
Well, don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
She looks over her shoulder.
This is everything I always warned you about.
What's in the bag? Okay, so I broke the ice. What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Crown of immortality. Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this.
The wreath on her forehead?
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
This is odd. Rarefied light, not a thing. Mana, another cryptic thing, which is supposed to be like the food of light that people who are Breatharians eat. And raw palladium. Palladium's actually real. Okay, odd.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder. Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. That's 1,000,000 kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Your skin is holy and soft.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
Oh, so this is the woman who I was on the phone with. Is the archetype. You are, none of the others are as beautiful as you, baby.
She does not answer. There's that expression again. Silence. A distant wind blows. You can't think of anything pretty to say.
Something's off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops some sentence to glance at her right. And then look at her bag.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
Oh, you don't have time to tend to my emotions.
She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
All right. Jesus Christ. All right, can we stay for a moment? We need to talk. You have one massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova.
She looks at you plaintively.
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters.
Daughters?
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever.
Oh, is that the case?
That's just the way it is.
Of course.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet.
Oh.
Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't give a damn about falling over. Look how high this is. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kiss Dolores Day. Come here, baby. Oh, I failed it? With 83%? Come on, game. I'm asleep. What happens if I fall down? Nothing? How are you gonna fall from here? Whoa. Wait, did I do it?
Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if over an enormous distance, standing against her. Her body close to you, radiating warm. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth.
That's crazy. 83? Come on.
She is not kissing you back.
Oh, God. Horrible. Horrendous. Yeah, well, let's just end this. Wait, should I keep it going? No, So my guy just moved all the way there. Now they're not doing it. Oh no, this is horrible. All the options are kind of funny though. It failed.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
God damn it, why do I listen? I feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow.
Odd choice words.
Exhalations against the side of your mouth. Her tender soul moving through her lungs. Hidden, distant, kept safe from you.
Oh, Jesus. Let's see, I'm just gonna go through this. Check cheek against
Feels
mine.
like soft fuzz.
Poor guy.
A bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries.
Cold silver against my forehead.
The delicate wreath on her forehead pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air.
Squeeze her wrist.
Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it. Distrust. For you. The curve of her spine. Her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff. Her center guarded from your motions. Unresponsive to your guidance.
Hey, move your mouth around.
Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots.
Oh, horrendous. You're not kissing me back, I say.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Oh no, how did I even fail that? 83? Got that XCOM luck. Oh, horrible.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there.
I thought I got rid of the expression.
Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
Yeah, you screwed me hard, Suggestion, considering that was 83% chance supposed to go through. Well, that's that then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
Slides her hand down her chest and onto her lower stomach and smiles. What the hell?
I'm pregnant.
Whoa, is it mine?
Of course not.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, she looks down her belly and then up into your old eyes.
I terminated yours.
Good.
Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck.
Ah, Jesus. Hitting home with this.
Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
So this Dolores Day is like my ex-wife in the game who murdered my babies because she hated me.
This has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
Jesus. Dolores Day killed my baby. But that's not a very good way of things to be.
It's not. But...
her little golden sandal covering her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
Huh. I have some other questions for you.
I can't
I'm a cop.
answer your other questions, Harry. Not anymore. I have to go.
I love this. I have to go. Mass murderer?
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. Plus, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations.
The aerodrome.
Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer. Seriously.
She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer? What else can I do? Would you say you would have behaved like a mass murderer? Would you say you haven't behaved like a mass murderer with me? You're right, I'm sorry. You're soft and good, not a mass murderer.
I'm not that either. Can't I just be?
You're not even human.
I'm actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this.
She looks around.
This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
Glowing lungs. Oh yeah, the Dolores Day thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna push it. I have other questions. No, I'm gonna call them special still. Just keep pushing. Ugh.
My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
Then it's you. You will make her lungs glow. Your pain is not meaningless.
Jesus. I forgive you that you're pregnant. I can deal with it, just. Then I will make you different. I will make your lungs glow. I will make you last forever. Ugh. I still make your lungs glow. I know I can. If it's only let me. You're right. I don't have glowing lungs. You don't deserve them. But then this is all meaningless. I get it.
Oh, Harry. I don't need you to forgive. It's a good thing for me. It's good news. Why aren't you smiling more?
Maybe you're just bad at telling stories, lady. Bringing the mood down.
Gust wraps her gown around her waist and between her thighs. All the roads will miss her footsteps when she's gone from here. A completely different world.
I feel like if well, this is a dream, right? So I'm supposed to like say all this random crap. Does he miss her? I want to go back to a completely different world, see the world with you. She wants to go. I'm just gonna say nothing.
The gown moves on her limbs like water. She breathes out, her breath heavy. You're running out of ideas.
Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Whoa. Did you hear that? Like, the audio was different than the words here. You have a sworn holy oath, Harry. She herself begged you not to let her go. That was odd, right? The audio was different than the words? Okay. Wait, can't we sit down and have a cup first? There's a cafeteria on the corner. Nah, I don't want to hold them up. Hold on. What is there to do in Mirova? But I swore I wouldn't let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way. Okay, I understand. Not silently. Like a martyr. Wow. You know what? My guy's already a superstar. Why not be a martyr?
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr.
Ah, goddammit, they called me
I'm
out.
really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
So this is interesting. Like, you can go on an airplane like a bus in this world, apparently. Because if you miss a flight, you're just not going. That's what it's like nowadays, I think. Like, I would never miss a flight. I'd be there like 5 hours early. Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Mirova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2?
Ooh, so yawny.
5 years ago?
How will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
So this is so intolerably bland. I like this. I'm gonna say I like this.
Oh yes. This is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Huh. So, Dolores Day is like my ex-wife in this game. Who is also like the Mother Mary. Oh, Kim didn't leave me. See? Love that. That's how I knew it was a dream, because Kim wasn't there.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's solve this effing case! The sleep was deep and invigorating, trying to cover up the blood seeping out of your hands. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Swollen with blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island, centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step in the task. Let's fill up blood and get back to work. You're hard like that. I guess I like this. I like to be tough guy.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Yep. That's exactly right, Ivysaur. That's exactly right. Yeah, the deity. Well, the thing is like this game is kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a parallel universe that takes a lot of reference from different things. So the overall kind of vibe I get is like France. But even though it's supposed to be like in the States or something, so it's like kind of like a Frenchy thing. And then like, yeah, kind of makes sense. I don't know why. French. I see it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, okay. That's so, but like Revisholt's kind of like a French city, and then like their deity is kind of like a Christian parallel with a reskin. So there's a lot of like real life things that are just kind of reworded. So like instead of Mother Mary, Dolores Day, and like all these unions and stuff. It's cool. I like it. Wild Pines and all that. Like it's good stuff. Good stuff.
You see,
I don't know where I'm
a small
going with my
metal
thinking.
door nested inside a larger one, a heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
And the bigger brother than at the lock. Okay.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right. We open the big door. The big one. Do you see any controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Alright. So I think it's going to be down yonder. I have the generator up, right? So that powers something that probably pulls something that... Yeah, see these cords go here. Oh, there's also a fallout bunker.
Flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What's this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Okay. Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
That was easy. Oh, geez, it's still going?
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
Oh, I don't like that.
After you.
What's there? Point at the door.
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
I'm scared.
Don't be. I have a gun.
I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Let's go. This clearly is telling me to put on both of my guns. Right? Like, that's what I'm hearing. The hatch is jammed shut. Oh, something under a floorboard here. Drugs and money. Blessings of Jared, of course. Oh. Walking slow. It might be dangerous. Okay. F5. Dual wielding? I know. I got two guns. Well, I figured, you know, Ruby, passed away and she was just leaving that perfectly good gun on the ground. Can't not use it. Small white flowers blossom all around me. Okay. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Okay. Oh my god, there's the guy. It's the fire guy. The fireman. And he always says no fire to those kids.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell two kids to put out the fire? Two kids that look exactly the same?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console, like a normal person would.
I should have burned that console down.
How do you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
Oh, goddammit.
Playing on the water.
I guess playing all that sad rock music on the water let people know I'm around.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Yeah, but sad FM's so damn good. Come on. It was not rock and roll, it was sad FM!
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station.
God damn this guy, he hates everything I'm about.
Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie.
That's right. Damn rich people making weapons of sad.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there. Ting.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-angong 446.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Hisin Yao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if this guy... No, wait. Okay, so it can't have come from this island, unless this guy is the killer. He might be. He has a rifle. And it came from this island. He might have accidentally shot him. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me too. Show him a gun in your hand. I do have a gun in my hand. So I need you to put down the gun so I can talk further. No, I'm with the police. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show him my gun.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck.
I have.
Have you come to make me one of them?
His grip on his rifle tightens.
His right eye twitches. With what? Fear? Rage?
We have come to ask you questions. Nothing more.
The lieutenant puts his hand in his holster.
If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
And that's all the answer he gives, eh?
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's a fire, the next, a fire gone out.
Okay, sir, I need you to put the gun down so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Okay, so I've definitely failed an 83 check not that long ago. So, I'm a little bit hesitant. Think I should do it? Okay. What's the worst that can happen? I kill him? No, I believe it. I believe I'm gonna do it. I believe in it. 83%, that's only a 17% chance of failing. And I've already failed before. What are the odds of that again? 17% times itself. Okay, let's do it.
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
I honestly have the worst luck in rolls in games, right? Wow, we barely got it. Rolling a 5, right? I just have horrendous luck. Oh, okay, it's a walking stick.
It's out of bullets.
The old man lays down the rifle carelessly and then stares at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Should I pick it up? Can I have another gun? I'm gonna pick it up.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
I'll take a closer look.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said.
Warren, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition. 4.46.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
That's mostly the old man.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion.
This is my gun now.
His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
I don't think he did it, though. Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
How long have you been on this island?
43 years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
That's steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up.
He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. Two police officers step out of the whirling in rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore to back to you. For what?
For her to return.
What?
Her who?
Girl child revolution.
Girl child revolution? It's an odd way.
Always.
I'm afraid she's gone.
The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
As one does.
A second is all it took.
What?
For reaction to take hold.
What reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't reaction. You were just afraid. Yes, well, we all have tiny bourgeoisie person in us trying to run away. And when was this exactly? No.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was when?
Lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but did not take it out.
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
He gestures toward it.
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room?
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
I'm just gonna let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks at some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place? This island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Caillou? the kids show about the kid who's 4? Anywho, I digress. First, I'm not one of them. Coalition military. Someone who's come to the end of his madness. Murderers. I know what you mean. Let me see. Coalition military.
Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
Whoa, that's a choice. You could become self-employed, create a system. What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
He coughs once and then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You
The
don't
drool
have
smiles.
medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
This serious situation. You need to be looked at all over. We can help. We can do it. How have you coped mentally? Thank you for cleaning that up. I'm gonna try to get him help.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes rolls the back of his skull.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone.
Yeah.
I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. It's a winsome pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds.
He's closed his eyes.
Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course.
Boogie Street?
Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through the
Mazov.
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
Oh, the deflated tire in the reeds. I remember that. Remember I looked at it?
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shack huddled together across the water. Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
I kind of agree with that.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
I get that. The weapon cache under St. Ghislaine 22B point to it in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Oh.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
What? To kill themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We're not coalition appointed. We just try to help people. That's right, we're with good guys. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have a secret plan to turn RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. We're with the RCM. Let's just leave it at that.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolence.
What?
How
oh no!
does anyone survive? I steal.
I hate it when I accidentally click too fast.
Now hold on there.
Wait. Okay, I need to get back to where I was.
The RCM.
Come on, game.
To die. You don't have medical facilities. There's nothing. I haven't. I don't even know what.
I would imagine
traitors. It's this.
Are they not heartbroken?
Okay, terminal surrender.
With the RCM.
Here.
You're the RCM. You represent them.
Wait, no. I got this, okay.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hands shake and he breaks into a coughing fit. So you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said that you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do? That means you're a trained communist, right?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
The tracksuit-clad old man suddenly reanimates. Huh.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology. He was like a cleric, a shepherd.
So, you were like a priest?
No. The opposite of that. A future human, not a human of the past.
You mean you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
Apparently I am a communist. That's what the game told me. I am also a communist. I want to get on his good side.
No, you're not. You're a liberast.
Liberast?
A liberal and a pederast. It's what most liberals are.
I'm not a liberal. I told you I'm a commie.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
Oh, that's right.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
Class war?
This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
Okay.
Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you kill people after fighting people now? Do you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security container colonel? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two? I think this is it. Yes. In the last week or two? Wait, so which is it? One... No, do I say that? Yeah, let's say... Which one do I say then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you. And in them, a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into your skull.
What?
All is not as it seems.
Detective.
Damn it. Ask it already, he wants to say.
Did you use that gun to kill the colonel? That's 2 on it. Yeah.
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
God damn it.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
His head, shaking his head erratically, suddenly he brushed something out of his eye.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill Colonel of the security contractor Krenel?
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear. The corpse in the ceramic armor, hanging behind the whirling in rags. Do you shoot it? The fascist death squad who took the bullet in the mouth the night of the March 4th. That might be it. Same as Eli. He was part of the security here in Martinez. Beautiful, strong man. Nah. You know who I mean. I'm gonna do this.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
The lieutenant takes a sudden step towards him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of the head?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Ooh, yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony.
I did notice those flowers.
Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Thank you, Head. Thank you.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal. Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word?
No, I'm almost there. Just give me... Okay. Excuse me for a moment, Mr. Droz.
I think we may have this.
Do you think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
I'm slapping myself to get ideas.
I can see that, yes. I'm not judging.
Trying to get him to confess.
Yes, good going. That should be our first priority.
How do you think questioning him is going?
Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post.
I think... Okay.
It doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight, and he'll do the rest himself.
Alright, let's do this.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this. A lot. But there's something more, too.
Wait, was I supposed to talk to him again?
Minions of capital. What do you want?
I'm not gonna put him under arrest.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
Tear into him again. Pile it on him.
I was wondering what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Huh.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
Yeah. The old man stretches his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of one of running shoes on his feet. Oh, those aren't vertical lines or horizontal lines.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Let's try it. Frick. 58. I've had bad luck, but maybe this is the good one.
Size?
Hey!
He doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. Doesn't mean you weren't there near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. More. He's gonna crack. But you need a little more.
Maybe I was behind the victim's windows. I saw them growing here. Point at them.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Marnace. Only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinaise is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
Damn bourgeois children.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A curious tremor passes his face. My old woman in Clausia ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window.
Clausia.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim?
Then his muscles all twitch and spasm.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Almost. But you need one more. Just one. Or maybe two.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show him this gun. You don't need your cooperation, I got this gun.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Oh, if he could see that happening, then he could see it from here, right? Ooh, this is another bit of info. We saved a lot of them. Alan, the musician, we handled it. Stop chasing the subject. We have the murder weapon. I'm gonna say we saved some guys.
Like fuck you did. I watched it happen. You let those beasts rip right into them. You got that girl killed like it was nothing. None of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
So you watched the fight? Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing, your plan. You got them killed.
You don't know anything.
Twitch runs across the right side of his face and he stares the lieutenant down. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon right here. Point to it.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
The lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. Dramatically asks, "You think we have the murder weapon?"
.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more.
Like a marionette on some invisible string.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
Huh, so this guy actually did do it? He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He was a killer, but he's still under protection of the law. He was a soldier too. He was a man. I'm gonna go with this one.
Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
Oh, so he basically admitted he killed him.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
He breathed through flared nostrils. So, you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I'm gonna hold my breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He began to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face.
Smile quivers.
And his dick still in her.
Jesus, then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Lieutenant asked for the second silence.
Yes.
So he's got it.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugged and smacked his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Hawk's head to the side, turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
You pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
Interesting. Very interesting. What actually did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
That's fair.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs.
Child murderer?
I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on a ghost? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it.
Whoa!
I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
Got a hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean...
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. And a body, hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
How do you see all this? The bruises? That she was beat?
I'm not blind, am I?
He shakes his overhead. Oh, how does he know about the those is it supposed to be minute or minute details about her body? I'm gonna go with this one. 83%. I could do this.
It quickly comes to you.
Ever see her through the window on a roof?
Mm-hmm.
Bending the bow against
the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling rags. Those were your footprints. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
He's shaking his head.
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
Friggin', I'm doing it.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
My hand's cool. You're pointing towards the whirling rags. You wanted to punish her, so you killed him?
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
Jesus.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
The dream.
See you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
Men are insane. I agree with that.
The world is insane.
He raises his gaze. Something glimmers there. Then it's gone. You had feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough. Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there.
Looks at the city.
It's weakness, I know.
There have been others? Was that why you left the dried flowers beneath her window? There have been others? Yeah.
Yes. Over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Was that why you left the dried flowers under her thing?
No.
Started to shake his head again, a sunflower on a withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
You brought her Maybells?
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
You wanted to console her?
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
He wiped his eyes.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. One more down.
So, in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes and then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she led us here first. She figured out something was watching her from the C4. I'm not at liberty to say. She got away, we don't know where she is. That's the truth. If we arrested her would be a lie. I'm not at liberty to say is the cop thing to say, so I'm gonna be a cop.
I know she's gone. Locked up, or on the run. She kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, at the fort, like she knew. Like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghost of the city she's leaving, for another, far south. Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. There, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a seafort stick out of the water, built by Philippe II, reappropriated by the Commune, then lost in the landing. He's there, doing what exactly I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstam is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the 3 walk down the jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Man, there's a lot with this guy, eh? So this guy was the killer. Interesting. Been looking at anything else you've liked?
A tragic comedy.
Jake's is like...
Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
Why?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole
Makes me
world.
sick.
Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins. In their
Yeah, I
lorries.
hate the damn lorries.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare. Everett.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
I'm gonna let him finish. Do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. That all? Or nod?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Disgusting. Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children.
Pretty much.
Throughout
I would
history,
agree with that, I guess.
Even the royal bloodline of the suzerain.
Disgusting animals.
It's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
A nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
What follows an ominous mumbling. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. Ask about that cock on parade, too. Make sure you get everything here.
Disco whores?
Whores.
That's all he says. Even though the words push through his teeth, straight forth, the rage seized too hard. You mentioned the Union is social democratic, and Mr. Clarence, a farce of social democrat.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Who's a disappointment? Everett Clark?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Edgar.
You mean Edgar? Everett's brother.
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin, where it's alienation this and hegemony that.
You've talked to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
Stop poking into the ash now and just shakes his head.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I've hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf.
Not to us.
He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains.
Points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity.
Hate charities.
Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here.
Let me be here? The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
Interesting. Mr. Draws, did you kill the Krenel mercenary for the Clares to incite the riots?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Well, wait a second for this. Why the cockpander are parading in the colorful uniform? You mean Renee?
Every fucking morning. For 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race.
Whoa!
A Patank maniac race traitor.
Oh, got oddly racial suddenly. I'm just gonna nod.
I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
And with his shaky finger, he pointed the city towards the crater near the plaza where the lonely pine tree stands.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
Let's have any back. You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
Lieutenant asks cheerfully.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest.
Ugh.
When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel...
He lets out a wistful sigh.
Better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one. For him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Yeah, well, he's dead. He died of old age a couple days ago, I think.
No.
Frick, should I hit him with a just kidding? No, I'm gonna have to tell him the truth, yeah.
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
Cared about him?
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this one.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
Stand at the gun seemingly into the island you're on. Are you okay, Mr. Draws? To go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
Oh, this is a red check. Frick. Wait, can I... Oh, I'm already maxed out on logic, eh? Nothing I can do. I want to do it, but whatever. Gotta try.
Oh no, the connection doesn't come to you on such a pivotal moment. Dumbo, do something. You can't zone out now. This isn't Doodaloo dance time. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
Kim, what do you think about this? I'm gonna ask Kim. If punching myself isn't doing it.
About this deal you made.
The lieutenant immediately understands what's happening and turns to the suspect.
With Edgar. The death of the colonel mercenary was only coincidentally beneficial to the Clares. But what about the other people you've killed for them?
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the Union.
That's it. That's what you weren't connecting yourself.
Yeah. Freaking love having Kim there. He's the best.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an informant for the international regime. What happened, happened.
You are the law. He must divulge the information.
Yeah, we're not solving this part. What do we do?
Look who's up. From the drunken stupor. This one's worse for wear than me. Emotionally frayed. Life is hard for us human beings in deregulation hell, isn't it?
We will have plenty of time to talk about this later, Mr. Dross. When you're in pre-detention. It can take years in pre-detention.
Go ahead. I've been in solitary confinement my whole life.
Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed. Calmly.
I'm glad we talk about this. Now.
Glad we talked about what?
%72%? Wait. That's it for now. Stay put.
I ain't going anywhere.
Come on, composure. I love this. It's like, wait, I want to ask you something. Just give me a second here. Just change all my clothes. Okay. This looks good. 5. Alright.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there.
I'm gonna check out this guy's body language. 92. If I get an 8%, I'll be choked.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated? By what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
Mr. Drawers, are you on some kind of psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Are you on amphetamines?
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
He doesn't dignify with more of an answer. Are you okay? How's your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
I'm not gonna arrest him. I'm just gonna leave him there. Huh. Do you not see I have 2 guns? Golly. Whoa, that was a lot on this island. But I think that's actually... It's been 2 hours 46, 14, 12, 32. Should be okay. Well, that was a lot going on. But now I gotta go move the damn van. See it over there? Watching you guy by my Dan van? Huh? What's happening? Walking a dog? I like the idea of being all crazy, but not actually. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a good one. This one's actually been fun. Not a lot of jokes per se, but a lot of info from that murdery guy, which I'm kind of starting to think he might be just lying. He might just be making it up because of his erratic amphetamine thing. But, when this song... Oh. Thank you for watching. There we go. La 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 la. Want a little peek at Jonathan before we go? Little peek, see poo. Nah, he's being a fuzzball right now.